Hello, in this video we're going to look at installing PC-BSD. I've just booted the DVD on a totally blank machine. Installing any BSD operating system is historically a very complex task, especially if you want things like a window manager or flash player. So I'll run through the installer as though I were a typical user. I speak English, I'm a GNOME user, and ZFS on my only hard drive suits me fine. And I'm done. This of course assumes that I like the defaults I've been given and don't have any hardware complexities, so maybe a tad optimistic for those of us who like to tweak and fiddle. Let's start over and see what kind of control we have when installing PC-BSD. Again, I'm going to imagine myself as a typical power user who knows just what they want out of their desktop. I called myself a GNOME user before, but as many others do, I switch hit pretty often when it comes to my window manager. I typically like to have both GNOME and KDE installed as well as a backup or lightweight like LXDE. Since I'm a power user this time, I'm going to get really nitpicky about exactly what packages I have installed in which window manager. To start, I don't need accessibility or games in GNOME. For KDE, I don't need accessibility, I plan to use OpenOffice instead of KOffice, I don't need education or games or localization. I'm on the fence about toys, but I'll keep them. I can always remove them just as easily later on. Again, I only have the one disk, but I'll see what I can do with it anyways. The disk configuration wizard has a wide range of options. I'll start on advanced and see what it gets me. The advanced configuration gives an extra option box for GPT and the same encryption options as basic. I'm also able to choose between UFS and ZFS. I quite like ZFS, so that's what I would pick. I also get an option to enable RAID Z and mirror my disks. Since I just have one disk, I won't be mirroring. If I'm really adamant about how I want my datasets configured, advanced configuration lets me change the datasets here. I'll step back just to walk through basic. Even acting like a power user, my use case was covered well enough by basic that I didn't end up making different choices in advanced. And that's it. We've configured all our installation options, and all that's left now is to install PC-BSD and explore the first boot options. Now that we're freshly installed, we can look at the first boot options. I'll confirm my resolution and display driver. I'll again select English as my language. I'm in the Pacific time zone. I'll set a root password, create a user. It helpfully sets the same username I would have used anyways. And since I set up my window managers before, I have a choice which one I'd like to be using when I finally log in. Thanks for watching our video on the new PC-BSD installer. For more information, documentation, forums, and more, please visit us at PCBSD.org.